Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx, this is Everlasting Summer, and I don't know what is happening. I don't know, he was wandering in the mine already and he fell asleep or something like that, we'll see. Because sometimes the dream is just a dream. One doesn't have to look it up on the internet, searching for an interpretation of a dream that invaded your dream world in such a rude manner. One doesn't have to assume that it's a sign, a prophecy, a prediction of the future. Sometimes a dream is just a dream, a beautiful story that is just not going to happen in your real life, a fairy tale sketched by your resting brain and painted by your imagination. Sometimes a dream is just a dream, even if it comes in several parts. Damn, I'm so tired of all this! Me? I raised my eyes and saw a girl hanging over me. What exactly are you tired of? Everything! It's not like someone made you do this, or is still making you. Well, it's not that simple. Oh, it is indeed quite that simple. Damn, you're always... Stop chatting! Come on, get to work! A voice that would brook no objections came from far away. The bus became empty in an instant. The girl I was arguing with sulked like a child, turned abruptly, clicked her heels, and headed to the exit. Her name was Masha. What? Not Miku? Okay, you ready? The woman appeared, her face simultaneously expressed agony for the fates of the whole of humanity, arrogance, concentration, and fatigue. Yeah, sure. Excellent! Then, action! I didn't even realize when she left the bus and the camera appeared pointing at me. What? I shut my eyes, that's right, I must be sleeping according to the script. How long must I sit like that? 10 seconds? 20? That should be enough. I slowly opened my eyes and started to sweep the bus with an ignorant look. What? Don't tell me! That ending is like a movie ending where we are an actor and stuff. That's it, I haven't got the slightest idea why am I here. What is this? An Icarus? But why? So I have to put on the most surprised face that I've ever done. I should imagine that I'm sitting in the toilet, reading a book, and then the door suddenly swings open. I see Jean Reno with a gun. Pardon me, do you mind that I'm, pardon my French, doing number 2 here? He would surely be surprised. I just couldn't bear it and laughed out loud. Stop! Stop! Yelled the director. It's an outrage. We've already been shooting for a week, but we've still got less than nothing. She jumped close to me. What's the matter this time? You know why? Well, she would hardly appreciate my story about Jean Reno. I'm sorry. It was hard to look her in the eyes. It wasn't like I was really worried about me messing up yet another take, but mainly because I was afraid to break into laughter again. Okay, lunch break. Wait, didn't have a cup? You have a cup on your head, and BAM! It disappears! Our director took off her Panama hat and began to fan herself with it. Alright, you took it off. It's so hot. You're hot. That was stupid. Well, it's summer after all. Shriek came out of thin air, proving itself to be quite observant. Yeah, blockhead. You better take care of the camera. Shriek calmly dodged the Panama that was thrown at him and went back to his camera. He's always like that, calm, wise, and boring, dull and quite predictable. I got out of the bus and headed to the canteen to grab a bite. And ran into Masha at the doors. Why Masha? It was Miku! Miku! So? Nothing. No surprise. Wanna have something to eat? She stared at me for some time with an uncomprehending look. Okay, let's go! It's strange, seems that Masha has already visited the canteen. What is it? Didn't she have time to have her lunch? I examined her thoroughly from behind. Her double ponytails were really long and dangled from side to side, now and then hitting whatever they encountered on the way. Are you sure that you're comfortable with your hair like that? I asked Masha when we've sat down at the table. What's the problem? Well, they are kinda... way too long, no? No. It's a part of my character, dork. as if they were any shorter before that. She threw an angry glance at me and proceeded to violently stir the contents of her packet of instant noodles. One day I'm gonna get gastritis thanks to this diet. I already got it. Ah, sure, I bet you have already drunk all the stage props together with these guys. And what's wrong with that? I'm not paid for this work, just so you know, and it's hard. The leading rule, after all. I don't drink the cameras and filming tape. Oh, it's like you're going for an Oscar. Now that's cute look. Who knows, who knows. I reclined on a chair and lit up a cigarette. Just for your information, it's a children's camp here. Children's camp here. It's in case you've forgotten. Yeah, you see any hits around? Masha just sniffed and didn't reply. And by the way, all the great ones had to start with something. Some of them, for instance, started with a graduation project. Not a single sane human would ever think of shooting such wild garbage. She gazed warily around with an intimidated look, making sure that nobody except us was at the canteen, and continued. Only our Olga Dmitrievna would. It's not like someone made you to do it. Oh yeah? Masha said slowly with bitterness in her voice. Like I had any choice, or you did, or anyone else. Well, for starters, you could have proposed another subject. To propose a subject? What subject? All this time, Masha had been sprinkling salt over her noodle cup, and it seemed she wasn't going to stop. I see you like it spicy. What? I directed my gaze at her cup. Damn! She slammed the salt shaker down the table and suddenly dropped her eyes to the small hill of the salt that, like an iceberg fighting global warming, just refused to dissolve in the broth. Oh, come on. I suddenly felt sorry for Masha. Anyway, I could hardly digest this crap. Sandwiches are way better. Here. I pushed my bowl in her direction. She took it silently and began to eat. Won't you even thank me? But it's completely your fault. What exactly? You distracted me and I... Anyway, it's your fault. Whatever. Masha kept eating in silence. I finished smoking and stuffed the cigarette out on the corner of the table. What exactly don't you like about it? Well, it's actually fine. If you get used to it, lovely noodles. I looked at Masha in a way that made clear exactly how silly and irrelevant her answer was. You are talking about the movie? About the movie. Take my character, for example. Although never mind using it as an example, it's the worst part of the script. Were you even reading this as you wrote it? For the first 2 days, then laziness took over. Well, I read it. So what? Does it seem normal to you? What exactly? Character. My character. What's the problem with it? I decided to play the fool till the end. Stop mocking me! If looks could kill, my death would have been a pretty painful one. Alright. Calm down. Masha mimics her gaze on me. What's the matter with your character? Just a normal retarded girl. There are so many around anyway, no? She turned red at first, then blue, and she turned green. I'm not sure that the changing of colors on her face during a fraction of a second was really like that, but either way Masha looked scary. You know, that's disgusting, she said, suddenly getting a grip. I think it's perfectly normal. The cast of a movie, or a book, for that matter, can't consist only of cute, smart and sexy characters. We still need supporting roles. Supporting but not retarded! It's not like we don't encounter them in real life. But I'm not like that. But you're not playing yourself after all. Her stubbornness started to get on my nerves. People will watch it and say, Masha is retarded. Is a retard. I covered my face with hands and put my head down the table. Okay, and what do you suggest now? I don't know. Everything is just bad. Will it get better if you just keep crying and moaning? I'm not moaning. Oh, like I can't hear it. Well, I'd prefer if I couldn't. You know what? I opened one eye and looked up at the enraged Masha. What? You're just an insensitive bastard. As you say, mademoiselle. And... She didn't manage to finish the phrase. The doors burst open and cheerful shout reached us. Mashanyan! Semyon-kun! Mashanyan! Oh, here comes another raving lunatic. Oh Lord, what have I done wrong? I turned my head and glanced skeptically at the girl who ran into the canteen. Sasha. Not Slavia? One of the main characters. If we compare Sasha in real life with the character she's going to play, then Masha's words about the injustice of this world don't seem that meaningless. However, on the bright side, one can ignore Sasha's acting talent. She really becomes a totally different person on the screen. I told you like 1,000 times, don't you ever call me Masha Nyan! Masha gritted her teeth. Ah, then it would be Mashian. Can I? Sasha snatched her chair, moved it closer and sat beside me. Freaking Kuka! How do people like that enter college in the first place? Nya, what are you talking about? Sasha seemed to ignore Masha's opinion of her professional impropriety. We were just discussing what exactly Masha Nyan doesn't like about our script. Just wait till I bet the Nyan out of you! She tried to land a punch on my forehead, but I dodged it, and her fist slammed down the table. Sasha gave a brief cry and started shivering. See how disconnected she is, a curious young mind, which doesn't seek any compromises, ready for long, painstaking work, for self-sacrifice and denial of the fragile material world, and all for what? For the truth. Wow, you're so smart. Sasha murmured and hugged my arm. Too bad you are not. No, you're hopeless! I'll take that as compliment. Masa fetched her phone out of her pocket and checked the time. Okay, time to get going. Where are we going? You only appear starting day 2. It's you who should get going, dork. Me too. Sasha jumped around, still clinging to my arm. I guess so. I got up, pushed the chair back under the table and looked over at Masha. See you. Oh, get going. She snorted and turned away. Itekimasu! Get lost too! Just as that reached my ear, Sasha shot past me with empty noodle packet trailing in her wake. I was sitting in the bus, flipping through the script lazily. So which idiot wrote this? Oh yeah, that would be me. I put aside the stack of sloppily stapled printed pages and fixed my sight outside the window. Indeed, it was really hot. Even without surely being Captain Obvious, it was hot. Let's take the asphalt, for example. It doesn't give a damn that just yesterday it was winter according to the script. You know, it has to be melting right here and now. And the grasshoppers don't care, they just keep rehearsing. By the way, which of them do the chirping? Is it the crickets or the grasshoppers or cicadas? Ah, those screech. Damn, I don't even have any internet handy for a quick check. Why would I? The script is all agreed on and approved and can't be edited at all. And anyway, who would care about the grasshoppers in our movie? Although it would be a splendid idea for shooting horror flick in the spirit of 50s USB movies. Like for example, My Cousin is a Grasshopper or The Cricket Day. One flew over the cicada's nest. If I have to spend 5 more minutes here, I'm gonna turn into an insect myself. Why were there no air conditioners in all Soviet buses? Hey, hello, anyone home? A loudspeaker was pointed at me, and right behind it I recognized the face of Olga Dmitrievna through the melting air. Please leave your message after the... I felt a blow. Hey, you can't just smack the protagonist like that. Have you even read my tour rider? Shut up! This has to be the last day in the bus. I wanted this pretty bad myself. After all, it's better to be outside than stuck in this moving man melter. Shriek's camera was hanging over me. I acted as if I was really desperate about what's going on, raged across the bus, dashed outside, ran all around it, and finally collapsed down on the sidewalk. Cut! Olga Dmitrievna smiled approvingly. Well, seems like you are able to do it when you really want to. Sure, it seems that will is the most important thing. And now, meeting Slavia. A break maybe? Router prayed. We ain't here for vacation. Off you go to your camera. He hung his head and shouted off to his place. Action! I stared at the camp gates. I held my gaze on the statues of the pioneers and took a few steps forward. Sasha emerged from behind the gates. Hi Semyon-kun, my name is Slavia. Yoroshiku ne? She just screw up. A stunned silence descended upon the set. It seems like even the grasshoppers suddenly stopped their song and looked up at Sasha with fascination. I have just one question for you. The dreadful calm voice of Olga Dmitrievna reached us from behind me. Have you even read the script? Sure I did, but it's so boring. It was pointless to cry, swear, go into hysterics. We couldn't find another actress here. We have only 3 weeks in this camp and you... She sat down in her director's chair and began to fan herself with her Panama hat. Guys, don't you get it that we won't make it in time? If we keep strolling around like this, we still have lots of stuff to shoot. Could you get at least a little more serious? It's like I'm the only one who cares. A stick certainly won't work with Sasha, so maybe we should try a carrot instead. I'm sorry. I'll try again. You'd better! I tried hard to imagine the protagonist surveying the unknown environment as millions of theories fly through his head. He's shocked. He doesn't know what to think of it all. His brain is ready to explode. His consciousness starts to wander. And there you go, a girl, your average pioneer appears and she has not the slightest idea what's happened to him. She just greets the protagonist and sends him to the camp leader. I took a few steps forward and Sasha appeared from behind the gates. You must be new here. I caught sight of the lens of the camera pointed at me from out of the corner of my eye and tried hard to make a really surprised face. If so, you need to go to our camp leader. So, you can do it, if you really want to. Olga Dmitrievna wiped the sweat from her forehead. I'm gonna turn grey before my time with all these fripperies of yours. And we still have to do editing. She checked her watch. Okay, let's call it a day. I'd hardly call myself a workaholic, but even I felt that it's way too early to stop, given we're already falling badly behind schedule. Don't you think that... I do, but I feel absolutely done. As you wish. I shrugged and headed into the camp. Evening was closing in. And the episode is closing in here. See you in the next one. Bye.